Hello, beautiful ladies. Good morning. God bless you. Welcome to day 3 of the Woman Renewed Challenge. It's bright and early here where I am, and I wanted to just share with us what day 3 is talking about. This is a woman that is not known very much in the Bible. Her story is not one of the popular stories, but she taught me a lesson, and I wanted for all of us to learn from this lesson. So, let's just focus on what she said. If you have the book already, if you have it on Kindle or e-copy or the hard copy, you all know by now that the woman for day 3 is Zaresh. Her name is spelled Zeresh. I was supposed to look that up, and I'll probably type it in later, what her name means, because I'm sure it probably tells a little bit about how significant she was in this particular story. So Zaresh is found in Esther chapter 5 and Esther chapter 6. I want us to listen closely because Zaresh was the wife of Haman. Haman was the man that hated Mordecai. Haman was the man that plotted to have Mordecai hung. As a wife, as the closest confidant, along with Haman's wise men and his other friends, the Bible says that Zaresh was a part of the conspiracy against Haman. And in chapter 5, she was part of the agreement. She was part of the plot to have the gallows hung against Mordecai. And something happened in between, and the victory of Mordecai began to come forth. What Haman did not know when they planned it was that Mordecai was a child of God, was that Mordecai was a Jew. He knew that it was a Jew, but I guess he maybe underestimated the ability of the God of the Jews to vindicate Mordecai. And that's what happened between chapter 5 and chapter 6. And back in chapter 6, verse 13, Haman came back to his wife and his friends and told them what happened, that the king had turned his plan around, and all these things were happening in Mordecai's favor. And then Zaresh, remember her? She's the wife that was part of the plot. She began to say, she said, if Mordecai is a seed of the Jew, before whom you have begun to fall, you will surely fall, and you will not prevail against him. So she changed her tongue. She came out of the conspiracy. She saw that the Lord had been fighting for Mordecai, and she just declared what the Lord had already been doing. And what we learn from this story is that it's okay to come out of an ungodly commitment, an ungodly relationship, an ungodly plot. Many of us, we've done it before. Maybe you've said something about someone that's not appropriate. We've said something to someone that's not right. We've said something behind somebody's back. You've been a part of a plot. You've been a part of the jokes. You've been a part of the laughter behind somebody's back. Now, I know it's not something easy to swallow. It's not something easy to hear about ourselves, but it could be true for you as you're watching. And today, I just challenge all of us, myself included, that it's okay to step back and see what God is doing and say, no, I don't want to be a part of this. This woman, Zaresh, she was a part of the plot against Mordecai. But there came a time when the Lord revealed clearly what he was doing in favor of Mordecai, and she had no choice but to confess the report of the Lord. I know that sometimes it's easier for us to pray this for ourselves and pray against those who are against us, but it's also okay too to stand in righteousness and know that the Lord does not like gossip. The Lord does not. It said in Psalm 1 that you should not sit in the seat of the scornful. You should not fellowship with mockers. You should not be with people who are idle, who talk, who have nothing better to do but to talk and gloat against others. You should not be a part of that as a righteous child of God. And that is what the story of Zaresh taught me. For her, however, it was too late, because Haman was the head of her house, because of her association to him. When the consequence came for Haman to receive what he had planned for Mordecai, Zaresh became a part of the consequence. She too was among those who lost their lives and lost their destinies because of her connection to Haman. Haman was the chief of the plot, but because of her connection to him as his wife, she also received the same consequence. It didn't matter that she had already backed out. It didn't matter that she saw what the Lord has done and confessed that you will surely fall before Mordecai. Because of her attachment to Haman, she received the consequence. So it was too late for her. She turned back when it was too late, and her association was against her. There's a saying that goes that birds of a feather flock together. Today, I want to challenge you that if you are part of a flock, if you are part of a flock that is not standing for the righteousness of God, that is not standing standing for the truth of God, that is not standing for the fear of the Lord, that is not loving people and loving the children of God with the love of the Lord, I challenge you to back out, whether it is with your friends, whether it is your BFF, whether it is with your family members. I challenge you, it is okay to back out of conspiracies, to back out of cliques, to back out of gossip groups, because that is not what the Lord will want for you. Zaresh saw the goodness of God in the life of Haman, and she said it to her husband. She said, if he is surely a child of the Jews, as you have begun to fall for him, as you have begun to fall before him, you will surely fall, and you will not prevail against him. That is not the portion I want for any of us. That is not the portion that I want for myself. I know this is kind of long, but I want you to know that it is okay to back out of your Haman's life. It is okay to back out of conspiracies and things that are not of God. I want to just read what it says here in the book as I close. The book said, Woman Renewed, at the end of it, for this particular entry, it says, and Zaresh is in an ungodly relationship, an unnecessary conspiracy against someone. And it began to ask you, the reader, are you part of a plot or a clue or a coup against someone's peace? Maybe you are plotting and laughing against someone. You may not be trying to kill anybody. You may not be trying to harm anybody, but you may be a part of that weekly phone call, laughing and gossiping with a friend, with a coworker, with a church member. Maybe you are the mastermind of the plot. Maybe you are the Zaresh that is closely connected to the leader of the ring. You are one of the supporters. You are the one with the good ideas. You are the one with the loudest laugh. Is there a Zaresh in you? And the last question is, are you waiting to fall with Haman? Are you waiting to fall with Haman? Be reminded today that because of his covenant with his children, God will never fail and will always win the battle for his children. If he can do it for you, he will do it for any of his other children. If he can fight against your Hamans and your Zareshes, he will surely fight against those that stand against any of his other children. We are just as special as the rest of the children of the Lord. I want to remind you today, and I want to challenge you, that it is okay to stand for the truth. It is okay to stand for the truth. It is okay to stand for the truth. The Lord bless you. And even as you turn this around and pray over your life, I just challenge you, if you are in any kind of Haman, Zaresh connection, snap out of it, get out of it, seek the righteousness of God, and love the children of God as the Lord has so loved us. That is our challenge for today. Again, that is day 3 of Woman Renewed Challenge. Day 3 of Woman Renewed Challenge. So today's challenge is simply called Challenge to Get Out of an Ungodly Conspiracy. Challenge to back out. Challenge to step aside. Challenge to get out of the clique. The Lord bless you. My name is Alfina by Faith. I'm so grateful that you're able to join today. I know it's kind of long for today, but I thought it was very, very important. I hope that it has blessed somebody. I hope that it has blessed somebody. It is what the Lord will want for you. I hope you've picked up the book on Amazon.com. It's an ebook. You can upload it on any device. If you want a hard copy, just message me and I'll make sure you get a hard copy and send it over to you. But we are renewing our lives as the Lord will have us do with the book Woman Renewed, a book that he wrote through me, Woman Renewed. God bless you, and I'll see you on day 4. Have a wonderful day.